Phone's moving on its own. Stop it. I'm just going to wait and see whether the phone actually decides to drop. Are you going to drop, or are you just going to keep moving on all on your own? So I'm trying to charge my phone at the same time, and it's not wanting to stay. Right, stay. Oh no, it's still dropping. Oh. No, because now that's up and you probably can't see me. Just go up on the chair like this. That's probably a really weird angle on the chair. It's really annoying. Right. Hello. I was going to... Chair keeps moving. I was going to do the TMI tag. I've got all the questions here. What fun. It's me trying to read my writing. Right, it says, what are you wearing? Well, I'm wearing some really nice comfy leggings that are purple. I'm wearing a top that I just made, which is purple. And I'm wearing some sexy pyjamas underneath. Right, have you ever been in love? Yes, I have been in love. I've been in love a few times, I would say. That's about all I'm saying about that. Ever had a terrible breakup? A few, I would say. How tall are you? I think about 5'5". I'm not sure. How much do you weigh? I don't know. I don't check for the sole factor of I constantly think I'm fat anyway, so I just try not to eat too much. Next question is, any tattoos? Yes, I have 3. I have one there, which is a heart, and it glows in UV light. I have one there that you can probably see very well. That is a sign I made up for being bi. And I do have... I can figure out how to show it to you. That's not even the right side. Where's my fairy gone? And there's my fairy, if you can see it. And my fairy. And that's all my tattoos. The next one is, I think, is about piercings. Yes, any piercings? I have 12 piercings altogether. I've got a scaffolding there, which counts as 2. I've got 3 in that ear, 3 in that ear. I've got my lip. I've got my tongue done twice. There. And one that you can't see, and I'm not going to show you, but one there. You can probably see like the outline of it, maybe, but that's about it. That's the only thing I'm going to let you see. Favourite show? At the moment, although I think it's finished now, I would say My Mad Fat Diary. It's really good. I really like it. Favourite band? I don't really have a favourite band. I suppose I would say, a favourite band, I would say Metallica. Because although I don't listen to them as much as other bands or other singers or whatever, I have been to, they're the only gig that I've been to, like proper music gig, and I went to watch them with Dane, which was really nice. Something you miss? I miss being a teenager. I mean, like from the age of 17 to 19, because I didn't have to worry about getting a job as much. I could just either, if I was 18 to 19, I could go out to the pub and not have to worry too much about anything, and plus I was nice and skinny, my tummy was nice and flat, and I didn't really have to worry about what I was wearing too much, worry if it made me look big or not. Favourite song? See, favourite song at the moment, I don't really know, because I don't know what it's called. I keep getting it in my head. It goes, baby, I don't know why I love you so. Maybe it's the way that God made me this day. That's all I know. It's like the middle of the bit of the song. Anyway, next question is, how old are you? I am 26, believe it or not. That's how old I am. My zodiac sign is Aquarius. Quote, I don't really know any quotes. Oh no, that's I read that wrong. That is one of the questions, but that's not what I want. Quality you look for in a partner. Someone who can make me laugh. Someone who doesn't mind looking after me when I'm ill. Just all normal kind of things. And someone who doesn't mind me being bi, like my boyfriend at the moment doesn't mind. He actually lets me go out and snog hot girls, which is quite cool. Favourite quote, there we go, there's the favourite quote. I don't have one. I don't really go into quotes at all. Next question is, favourite actor. I can't read that writing. I think that says Gemma, I'm not sure. It's a girl from Hex. She played Thelma. I really like her because not only is she hot, but she was quite funny in Hex as the gay ghost. And well, she's just really good. Next question is, favourite colour. Purple! I'm wearing it a lot today. Yeah, purple is my favourite colour. Soft or loud music? I like both. It depends what sort of mood I'm in most of the time. Yes, it is recording. I've got a new phone, so I'm still getting used to it. Right, next page. That went blank, kind of because I turned over wrong. Where do you go when you're sad? I normally go to the pub to try and go to the pub with my mates and try and make myself happy. I go to my bedroom, or I go to my bedroom at mum's, so that's where I feel safest. Or if I'm, let's say, I'm at my boyfriend's or somewhere where I can't just go to my room or go to the pub, I will go to the loo. Like if I'm at college, I will just go to the bathroom in there and cry it out, sort out my makeup, then go back out. Where did I get to? Number 20 is, how long do you take in the shower? Well, when I'm at my mum's, I don't take that long in the shower. It's quite quick because the hot water is all over the place. I usually have a bath at Dane here, so it takes pretty long because the baths are usually nice. Unless I have to be somewhere, then I try and have them quick. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? It depends. If I've got a hangover, then it takes me absolutely ages because I can't be bothered to do anything. But if not, if I have to be somewhere, I get ready pretty quickly. It takes me a few minutes, probably seconds, if that. If I don't have to be anywhere, then I just kind of get dressed and sit on YouTube for a while until I have to be somewhere, and then put makeup on, and then I go. Right. Next question. Ever been in a fight? Yes, I've been in a few fights. I was bullied a lot in school. Haven't been bullied in college as of yet. I mean, I've had disagreements with people, but that's about it. Turn on. I have a few. I do. I really have a few. If I was saying like what people have to have, or they have to make me laugh. They have to know me well enough to know what I like, I would say, and that's about it. Actual turn-ons, like if you're doing something to me, chew on my ear, it's a good one. It's a really odd one, but that's one of them. Vibrator to the feet. I'm not sure why that works, but it does. I really don't know why that one works, but yeah, that's one of them. And sometimes pain turns me on as well. And that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Turn-offs. Banging noises. Noises turn me off because they distract me from what I'm doing, and then I just don't really want to do it anymore. Pain if I don't ask for it. That's about it, really. I can't really think of anything else. What does it say? Reasons for joining YouTube. Now that's a good one. I joined YouTube for the sole factor of I'm not good with my confidence, because as you might have noticed, I'm not very good at talking or getting my words out. And this is because I'm dyslexic and I'm dyspraxic as well. So I find it very hard to talk to people sometimes, and I'm very shy anyway. So yeah, I thought it would help, and it has helped actually quite a lot. The next question, oh no, wait a minute. Fears. I am scared of heights and scared of dying. That's my fears. Oh, there we go. That's the last thing that made you cry. I would say the last thing that made me cry was my cousin Melanie did a thing for cancer, and cancer adverts and anything to do with cancer usually makes me cry because my granddad died not that long ago, so it makes me cry. Sorry, I'm tired. Last time you said you loved someone, just before Dane left, because he left for a night, because he's on nights at the moment. Meaning behind your YouTube name. My YouTube name is Miss Minx Lil. Minx was taken, so I couldn't have that. I am a miss. Minx is a name that I would like to be called nickname wise, and Lil is because I am called Lily, and I prefer to call Lil if anyone's going to call me a different nickname. Last book I read is Tank Girl. It's an anime sort of book, well, cartoon, some kind of comic book. Currently reading this. Does this count? I don't think it does. I'm not really reading anything at the moment. I don't really read books much because I can't read very well. Last show I watched was Lost Girl. It was really good. I'm getting sucked into it, and it's the final series, which is silly, but that I'm getting sucked into it now. I should have got sucked into it ages ago, but I will get round to watching the full series when Dane gets Netflix. Sorry, my hair keeps getting in my way and it's really annoying. And I'm trying to hold this up. It's not working. Right. Last person I spoke to was Dane before he left. And you're probably going to hear that a lot with those sort of questions. A relationship with the last person that you texted. That was my mum. So I'm her daughter. She is my mum. There you go. That sorts that out. Favourite food? Mussels. They live in the sea, and they live in shells, and yeah, they're really nice. A place, sorry, you want to visit. A place I want to visit. I would like to travel the world, so any place that is in the world that I haven't been to before. There you go. Last place you were. The last place I was Deal, because I was at my mum's. This seems like it might be a long video. The last place I was on holiday would be Wales. It was really nice and sunny. Didn't go there for long. What does that say? Do I have a crush? Not really. I suppose I could count Connor. He's a guy that goes to my college. He's quite hot, but I would say I only fancy him. I only have a crush on him because he is a younger version of Dane. He wears the same sort of clothes and he likes the same sort of things, which is why I like him. That's about it. So nothing would happen anyway, because it'd be silly too. Last time you were insulted. Last time I was insulted, I would say, was any time that when I move out the way, people don't say thank you. That insults me. I suppose the only other time I would think of is I was on my way to my mate's girls' night in, and I got shouted at. Not that this would be an insultment to this would insult me because I'm bi anyway, so it wouldn't insult me. I got shouted the word dyke at me. I suppose that word does offend me because it sounds like a really horrible thing, even though it's not. It's just another word for lesbian. It just sounds really offensive, that's all. Anyway, favourite sweet? Strawberries. Anything with strawberries in, I like, most of the time. I don't know what that says. What? Oh, what instrument do I play? I don't. I don't play an instrument. When I was little, I tried to be a recorder, but I think that's about it. Favourite piece of jewellery is I think it's up here somewhere actually. Where's it gone? I don't know. I'm annoyed that I don't know where it's gone. Ring, where are you? Is that it? No. Oh no, where's it gone? It's probably just dropped off somewhere. Anyway, it's a ring that is purple, and I'm annoyed that it's gone for Walkies. And Dane gave me it for our first Christmas, and now all my rings are disappearing. No, I can't seem to find it, sorry. I would show you it if I could. Favourite jewellery, I just read that. Last sport I played. I don't play sports. I really don't. The last time I played a sport was at school, so that would probably be rounders that I can remember, and that's about it. Oh, last questions, yay! The last song you sang. Oh god, that would be on my iPod. I don't even know where my iPod is. Oh, it's over there. No, I can't even read that. It says, this is how I do it. P-E-R. I don't know what that says, but it's a My Chemical Romance, I can't say the name, My Chemical Romance song. Anyway, my favourite chat up line, how you doing? It's from Friends. Have I ever used it? Yes. Yes, I have used it. It got me in trouble. I didn't use it again. I only use it really on my BBM as the status thing sometimes. Last time you hung out with someone other than Dane, I would say my mum and my grandma today. That's about it. Who should answer these questions next? Any of you, the people who watch my videos. And yeah. Anyway, they're all the TMI questions. I'm very tired, so I probably should go to bed right now. So goodbye.